What's up? We back with another episode of 411 Uncut. Today, we got a very special guest with us right now, the one and only Banks Benjamin. What's going on?
What up, what up?
How you doing?
I'm straight. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. It's about time you got on this couch.
Man. I was supposed to be here. Be shit going on.
Man, listen, I'm glad to have you on 411 Uncut because, as we know, you moving and grooving. You got a lot of stuff going on. But before we, get into all that good stuff, let the people know, man, what part of Cincinnati you from, man?
I grew up in Avondale. I'm from Avondale. I moved to Price Hill probably as soon as I started high school, so I got some history going on over there. Okay. But Avondale raised, nigga.
Okay, then. Now tell me, for you growing up in Avondale and Price Hill, what was that like for you in between those different neighborhoods? What was it like for you?
Ghettos.
Say ghetto?
Nah, for real, that's probably like one of the two most ghetto neighborhoods in the city, for real. Now, we ain't gonna count down the way out, but like Avondale and Price Hill, ghetto as hell. So growing up from both of them, that's like, it's too many lessons that was learned that I probably had a good advantage from being, you feel me, getting some history on both sides and learning a lot of shit and networking and just like, not even networking purposely, but just growing up, knowing everybody and just getting into the shit that I got into. That's really how I became the person that I am. So that's probably why I ain't just really based in just one place for real. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you rock with the whole city for real.
Yeah.
East to the west side.
Yeah, so it was hella good shit, but all that shit definitely got me in the bad shit too. So, same typical shit, street shit. And got caught up in some cases, went to jail a couple times. Hillcrest when I was young, started high school and shit like that. Wow. Got out, caught more cases, probably out the drug charges, probation, hella shit. Like all that shit just come with, we ain't gonna say the environment, but just adapted to the shit.
What was the first thing you got locked up for? What was you doing back then?
It was a ag robbery in like 2012. I was like 15.
Wow.
Yeah, we was doing bullshit. We wasn't never thinking of shit like robberies and shit like that, but we used to be doing Price Hill used to be a bad place at nighttime. Like, yeah, you'd be just walking for no reason. You a citizen, just minding your damn business. You see a group of young niggas across the street, move around. Like, don't tell them what time it is. If they ask you, do you got a lighter? I don't give a fuck if you smoking. You better act like you snapped your fingers to light it. You'll get beat. I ain't gonna lie, but man, we done got into shit like that. So, then hurt people. I don't feel proud of it now today type shit, but we done did bad shit that done turned into other shit, just like, people pull guns out, we done take stuff from people, all type of shit. But a couple days later, that's when you find out, even at a young age, the streets is real. Even when all this shit so fun, somebody that was in a situation had the same outfit on. Mind you, we young, so motherfucker ain't got like that much accessible clothes for real. So he had the same shit on probably like the next day. So the person that we did the shit to spotted him, called the police, got him swarmed. He got locked up, told the ass the whole story. He knew my government name and all type of shit. So he had put me and like 3 other people in the story, and he had my government. So when they had everybody else with the nicknames and the stories with the pictures, this, that, and the third, I kind of like just ended up waving everybody out. So being young for real, I damn near, it was kind of stupid because I damn near like, I put myself in the case to get everybody else out the case because it was like I'm trying to make sure the story don't go to where niggas getting incriminated. Yeah. But he telling a part of the story where I did something to it, but they keep throwing that in the questions, and I didn't admit it to the shit. So once we got once we moved on, everybody else was out the case and shit. So we got that part good, but I ended up getting sent to Hillcrest and shit. So I still learned lessons and got shit. That shit part of how I got built to be the person I am type shit.
For sure. Now, when did music become a part of all this? When did you start actually like fucking around with rap?
Like growing up, my mama and my uncles been rapping and shit like that. So I always been around music, had melodies and did shit like that, but I ain't never pushed into it until I got to Price Hill. I was getting off the bus over there going to the rec center, and that's where Tooms and Tight had True Sounds right across the street. So I'm going there hooping and shit, and then this motherfucker's up there that already rapping shit. That's how they already was part of the group before I joined it and shit. Yeah. So they already going across the street rapping and shit. So they always playing the songs. We at the library or we in the gym and shit like that. But I'm feeling like I can rap too for real. I still ain't putting no use to it. And then At Withrow, my freshman year, MRC from Evanston had came and brought all the equipment, and they basically came and gave us a whole day. I think it was probably like 2 days. It was all about music and recording and shit for whoever in the school fucking with it type shit. So it was like you couldn't really deny it, because for one, it was taking you off the schoolwork, and then once I got into it, it actually was something that I was really into. So I started going over there. It was $2 a month. We wasn't allowed to cuss.
You had to come with it with no cuss words.
Yeah, we had to make our own beats and everything. So it was like, it was hella motherfuckers from the school. That's how we all had started rapping and shit up there. So it was me going there, TB, Savvy, my nigga Scoop. I know I'm forgetting somebody, but it was hella motherfuckers. We was going there rapping for $2 a month, but we couldn't cuss, had to make our own beats. So at that time, you would know if you actually can rap, because you ain't rapping no mumbo jumbo, no just made up bullshit for real. So after that, a couple days being still at the rec center and hearing they music, and it's clean as fuck, like real studio sound. These niggas saying what the fuck they want, they cussing, they talking about trap shit, street shit, all type of shit. I ended up popping up at sessions and shit like that. So I'm popping up at sessions and I'm just watching them rap, but every time I'm feeling like I can do some shit type shit. So this around the time when the 10K shit was hitting, but it was called YSB at the time, young swag boys.
Okay.
So everybody was young as hell. So they already had that going on. I wasn't even a part of it yet, but I was just rocking with them heavy, just being out there. And shit, it was one day I had got on the song. Shit, they had the beat and shit. We going in like $5 a piece on the studio shit. I had 5 on it. We had a beat shit. I wrote a little verse shit. We got in there, recorded it. Shit, everybody was rocking with it to the point where it just felt like
this what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, and even if it wasn't, like, I don't know, it was just something in me. It was like I took a step and it was like, I gotta go this direction. Like something just in me can't let me just go, I'm gonna be an NBA player. Like let me go back to the studio. I just ended up going back. So I ended up joining them and shit. I asked Brody, can I get with the shit? But I already basically was with it though. So I got with it. Shit, we started making songs. We had dropped the song with Spig. That motherfucker, it was called We Outta Here. That motherfucker did it's at 100,000 now, but it did like 60,000.
What?
At the time of 2011, 2012 and shit like that, that was big. The city artists niggas wasn't even getting like 5 and 10,000 and shit. So I got locked up right after that video dropped. Like right after that video dropped, I probably got locked up the next month.
How long was you locked up?
9 months, probably like 10 months altogether.
Wow.
2020 for like a month. They let me out on the box. Then I got found guilty, and then sent me to Hillcrest. Okay. So then when I got out, it was all the energy from everybody saying free me. Yeah. The music that I had put up that they was releasing and shit while I was locked up. The verses I done put on songs that they still dropping and shit. So on my home visits and everything, it just built the hype up and shit. I had more to talk about too. So once I started actually rapping and talking about what I was talking about, I knew I had it, as in wordplay for sure. Like I can really say what I'm trying to talk about and make this shit sound good. Like, so I basically just got into it like that, and shit, the group ended up turning into 10K Band Boys and shit. That shit went way bigger. Like everybody dropping their own music. I'm dropping my own songs. I'm out of Hillcrest. We doing 100,000s on the views, and like shit started getting big. But that's what took music so serious. I knew this was me for real until something showed me it ain't. So
hell yeah. and 10K Band Boys was, I'm talking about, I never had seen young guys like y'all getting these views. It was crazy. I mean, at this time, this is when too, like, the groups is a thing at this time. You had the Scudder Bros out as well. They was killing it.
There was shit going on.
Man, it was a lot of stuff going on at this point in time. And they said, man, you got to get hip. I believe it was Young Butter. He told me, he said, you got to get hip to them 10K Band Boys. Them guys, they hard. And I remember even bringing y'all to the radio station, giving y'all like y'all first radio interview at the time. We gotta find that picture too.
I remember that. I gotta find that too. I need that.
We gotta find that picture. But y'all were doing so good that I'm like, hey, I need to actually be tapping in with these young guys. Next thing I know, y'all are at the Ohio HipHop Awards. Tell me that experience being young like that. I know y'all was still like in high school at this time.
Still minors and some other
shit.
Yeah,
y'all was minors. So tell me what that was like being young, being part of 10K Band Boys, and being nominated for an award here in Ohio.
Oh, that shit felt big. And then being young and liking music so much, and that's all that was surrounding school and just everything. That shit felt like we was nominated for the Grammys or some shit at the time. I think I'm like 17 at the time. I don't think nobody that's with us probably no older than like 18. So and the person that's the oldest ain't even a rapper. So me, Mills, Tater Yee, long live my cousin ISO, he was with us. I'm trying to think who else was with us, but we was up there. We went up there young. Ain't had no adults. We had a rental in a hotel for a couple days. Just the fact that we was even on that level, it just spoke something before. We was there 3 days before the award ceremony, so they had us come to Cleveland early.
Wow.
The whole feeling of it from the city while we was up there just felt like we was on top of everything for real as a young nigga. Like, even like, I ain't even had that much money or nothing. Like, so I'm still working a regular job. I probably got less than $1,000 to my name, my type of shit. Like, it ain't really matter at the young age, but being at the level I was at, it felt like I was supposed to have way more. So just knowing that we was on that level doing those type of numbers, everything we posted out there, if we woke up in the morning and just posted a picture together in the hotel room or just shit like that, everything doing 500-600s, and everything we doing, they just tapped all the way in. So
for sure.
And then we knew it was really big because everybody made their own music. So, you know, usually when it's group things, everybody all on the songs together and shit like that. But with songs we got together, I'm making my own individual music. Brody and them making their own individual songs. And to see us collectively as a group as big, like it could have been a label or anything. Like, so shit, when we got there, we ended up running through about 6-7 radio stations they had going on in Ohio that was there at the time.
Wow.
And they fucking with us because they heard of us too. It's hella people in there they heard of us. The other nominees and shit, they heard of us. There's people in there nervous that feel like we gonna win it, but they saying they showed up just to be there type shit. Like, so I ain't gonna lie, we was even coming cocky. We on every little interview and radio station right there. We telling them we finna win it too. Like, we telling the city we finna win it. We bringing this back, and everybody really watching this shit and waiting on us. So we get in there, we the youngest niggas in the auditorium. They got around to our nomination, and they did a little drum roll. When they called our name, I'm talking about we jumped up. We almost fell over the seats. We jumped up, but we got on there. I ain't gonna lie, I was even talking my shit when I got on the stage. I told them we the youngest niggas in the building. We taking this back home, all type of shit. Like, so at the time, we pictured everything still going how it was into the future. It didn't go like that, but I'm still like proud of all of that shit, and it's still like that helped shape me into the confidence that I got today for real. Like, so it's still.
How old was you when y'all won an Ohio Hip Hop Award? How old were you?
I was like 17.
Wow.
So we competing with niggas that even been rapping before the school, before the people brought the shit to the school for me to even try to rap. Niggas that been in real studios and shit like that. So.
Yeah. Now, you know, I think for me, I was kind of sad to see, you know, when I heard that 10K Band Boys broke up. I'm like, oh my God, they was doing so good. They winning awards. What happened? What was the downfall of 10K Band Boys?
Shit. I'm trying to put it in like the simplest way. Nah, fuck it, shit. Niggas be getting a big head at the end of the day. So the nigga that made the group up, he was rapping at the time. I ain't like, that was my boy though. So we was like this. That's really why it feels so hard. Cause like when you so close with somebody and then shit really ain't meeting up when it come to life shit. You know, shit could be said and shit could go left and it just gonna go down the hill. So that was my boy, and he got to a point where he wasn't rapping no more. I don't know why. I don't know if it was his style or if he didn't confident in it or what. But it was hella shit going on. He done got shot. He blamed that shit, just the situation and the pity of the shit of him getting shot on everybody, and like everybody's supposed to just like treat it like so sympathetic all day, every day and shit like that. Then he got to a point where he started feeling like, I don't know who he was talking to, but somebody started telling him like he needed to take more control because, you know, the numbers start going crazy and the shit started looking big. So at the time, everybody getting all this attention and shit like that. And then you could tell when a motherfucker like feeling some type of way because they want some too, or they feel like somebody getting more than them or whatever. So he started feeling like he gonna control the shit. If he ain't got the attention, he gonna control everything that's going on. That's cool at some level until it come to like, you know what I'm saying, just real life shit. So we leveled this shit up. I was too young to even know what all this marketing shit and branding and all that was, but we had the logo. I had got even a sound made for it to go on beginning the songs, but we got a logo. We done had shirts. I got shirts and sweaters made. I done ordered 20, 30 of them and sold them all in one day.
Yeah.
This nigga tried to tell me to stop selling them. It wasn't about like cutting him in or nothing. You know I'm a real nigga at the end of the day, so of course you know what I'm saying, we gonna break bread, but he came out with his own clothing line. He had some whole individual type thoughts. He wanted to come up with his own clothing line, like a fashion brand, this, that, and the third. That's cool. It's some inspiring. That's some good shit to do. But he wanted to control that and make that take over, turn 10K into his team of that, and make us say fuck what we want to do personally type shit. So niggas start telling us we can't sell none of the 10K shit. We need to focus on his clothing line. Don't post none of that. He arguing with us and everything. Nigga telling us don't drop music. We don't need to get no videos and do this and do that. We need to focus on the clothing line and this. What? And getting mad that we is going to the studio and shit like that. Like, bro, you ain't our daddy or none of that. so,
and was he older than y'all at this time?
Nah, he ain't older than me, but he ain't older than several people in it. So,
but he wanted to control what was
and we was younger, so age ain't really matter. We wasn't tripping about none of that shit.
Yeah.
But he the real problem when he took it public though. So I guess one day he got mad. He felt like the city and his neighborhood weren't supporting his clothing brand. So he went live and he was voicing that shit, yelling at everybody that joined and talking about niggas he knew and what he did for him and all this shit. I joined the live. I'm just thinking like, shit, it's my nigga. He going, what the fuck he talking about on here? Man, he going crazy on there. Then that motherfucker see me on there. Oh, banks you too, nigga. He told me I don't know what the fuck he said I'm doing. He said I'm doing something, but I'm all supporting niggas selling 10K shirts because, mind you, I told you I had a box of shirts and sweaters, sold them all. TDE and them, they got some shirts and sweaters, selling them. I pulled up, grabbed a couple of them, sold them, bought some, wore them, and shoot a video on them and everything. We doing shit. We moving around. He mad at the shit, so he voicing it on the live. I ain't hear nothing of the backstory or nothing. I'm just wondering why he going off. And he talking his clothing line and this, that, and the third, and there's other people in the background talking and shit. And I'm just looking like, bro, you could have called me. Like, so I'm trying to hit him and shit. But he just he got viewers and shit now that I joined, and his shit up in the hundreds now. He going crazy. Now he arguing with people. Then he ain't too much talking to me, but I still wasn't feeling what he was saying. Now, you got on the live. You ended up clicking on the live, and he was just doing so much, and it was all this 10K shit in the comments. So you asked him, like, what, y'all fuck with 10K or something? And he started flipping out. He like, shit, I am 10K, and whoop-de-whoop. You know, that's shit, you say what you want. But then he started flipping. He started talking about, I'm the reason all of this is what it is, and I'm the reason these niggas got these views and this award and this and this and that. And we just, like, I didn't even know all that, but he just going too off on the live. So, mind you, I still ain't like commenting and doing no back and forth with him.
You just watching.
Yeah, so he flipping out and shit. Then once he get off, we end up on the phone and shit. I ain't gonna lie, communication was trash. It was just all yelling and just trash. Then I get off the phone, he's still shooting back to Facebook and back posts and hella extra ass shit. So to the point, I basically just told him and Facebook, like, well shit, if a nigga feel like he made all of this and he the reason for all this, that, and the third, well shit, I'ma slide off this shit then. And you can keep doing that then yourself, and I'm gonna show you what I can do by myself type shit for real. Like, but it's like 90% of the niggas in it already wasn't really feeling the level of control he was trying to take. Yeah. And they only was putting up with enough that they felt like if I could make it comfortable for him, like he ain't tweaking, or he really got a point, or he really we really trying to do this, that, and the third. But once it got to a point, and they like, I knew he was tripping. If Banks saying he like he gotta be bugging, like, cause I ain't really somebody that you can have a too big of a misunderstanding with. So it gotta be something deep. A nigga was trying to tell me to stop having females and company and shit at my house if I'm not doing it to all of them.
Oh, so it got real.
Man, this nigga's watching the Chief Keef video or some shit, bro. Man, my nigga wanted to be Chief Keef bad. He started, that motherfucker trying to, and he talking about like my sisters, like not my blood sister, but like female friends and shit like that. He might come over here and he feeling like he might try to flirt or something and they ain't know none of that. And he just feeling like, why they even all over here if they ain't doing this? Like, bro, like, go on with that. Like, bro.
So where does your relationship stand now with other members that's in 10K, that was in 10K Band Boyz?
Shit, I'm good with everybody else. Shit, I ain't heard from Benz, but we ain't got no issues or nothing. We good. TDE, I'm trying to get him. I just asked him if he's still making music. I'm sure he is. We cool too. I fuck with him and his brother and everything. Mills, he still make music. Millie Racks on our platforms and shit. He still going hard. Even my little nigga Zay, he like everybody's still doing shit, so I'm still cool with everybody. We still got each other on social medias and shit like that. Everything cool, but the only problem came, he basically told everybody and made a big post and was saying, like, if everybody don't get down with what he's saying, niggas can get out this shit and he'll rebuild it from the ground up. So that's basically what everybody left him to do and shit. You know, the world's spinning how it's spinning.
Yeah.